I've been testing something recently, and I have a theory and a hypothesis that I want to state, and my prediction will come true. Some of you noticed that something is different, right? Something seems a bit different when you look at my page. Because when you look at my page, well, the old thumbnails, look at it, right? I used to have captions and everything, thinking, oh my god, if I write big caption words and tell people what episode it is and what anime it is, surely people are gonna find my video and click on it, right? Well, no, I don't think this honestly matters. I think that thumbnails are important, but they are, especially in the reaction niche, not important at all as long as it is visible. I would say even these thumbnails are doable, as in, like, if I hired a professional thumbnail artist and paid them, and it's so funny that I always get like emails from thumbnail artists saying, hey, I'll help. I see potential in your channel. The reason you're not getting views is because you're not paying me to make your thumbnails. If you basically, I'll do your thumbnails for you, $30 per video. And then I'm like, brother in Christ, are you retarded? You want me to pay $30 per video thumbnail when I'm uploading 6 to 8 videos a day? Like, for channels that make highly professional videos at, like, let's say 1 video per month, like Mr. Beast or something, I think that's feasible, right? It's an investment into the product, and the better the thumbnail is, the more clickable it is, you know, it's gonna help. But in this specific reaction niche for anime reactions, right? And I want you to notice, we still have the numbers coming in here, right? I'm scrolling down. I don't think it will make a difference, because what's more important than the thumbnail or even the title of a reaction video is the topic. The topic of the video will matter more. So even like these old videos here, shoutouts to Angel Next Door, Spoils Me Rotten, or even Camper Cooking Another World, there's nothing that I could have done to make these episodes like Tensei Oujo. This is a Yuri anime. This is Tomo-chan is a girl anime, or even Eminence in Shadow right here, right? I think this is a great example where even if I didn't have a thumbnail on this video, because the topic is Eminence in Shadow, and because it's a banging topic, it's trending and it aligns with my audience, it's gonna get more views. There's nothing I could have done to pay thumbnail artists. There's no additional commentary. Nothing I could have done for any of these reactions could ever surpass Eminence in Shadow, because, as much as I hate to admit it, us reactors, there is a limit to how much we can change the content and make it as entertaining as possible. What matters more than that is the topic. The topic of the video pretty much sets your channel up for success or not. And that's why I obsess over content strategy. So many people seems to be under the impression that, like, they need to farm out as many different seasonal animes as possible because that's how they're gonna get views when they're a small channel. But it turns out doing that shit actually kills your channel, and which is the most insidious thing ever. Because most people, what do they do when they first try to make a reaction channel? They'll usually go like here, right? They'll click on a notable name like your boy Roshi. Shout outs to your boy Roshi. And they'll see that, okay, well, how are they making content? They clearly have the most subscribers and they get the most views. Okay, they're reacting to every seasonal anime that comes out. I'm also going to do the same thing. What you don't understand is that this is a late game strategy that your boy Roshi is able to do because of a big loyal fandom that they've created around seasonal anime. You try to do this as a new channel, you will die immediately because your audience gets fragmented, right? Shoutouts to Monogatari here. Like, I've gone over this concept over and over again. In the beginning, you have this. In the beginning, you have this. And it's an empty slate. And let's say, like, you did reactions just for, like, Eminence in Shadow or something, right? Maybe it becomes like this. This is all Eminence in Shadow enjoyers, like topic A enjoyers. But the more that you, like, try other stuff, suddenly you start fragmenting your audience. Now you have, like, these. This, like, thing, this bubble starts to, like, there's, like, different, like, groups of people that you start, like, catering towards to. And this is not a good thing. When you try to do so many different, like, stuff, like, people who watch this stuff will not watch, you know, the other topics and so on, right? People who only came for this topic don't care about this. People that care about this don't care about this. I'm sure there is some mutual overlap that does exist, but it's insignificant. That's why like I focused so much on this right here. Right? If you guys don't know, again, this is a second channel, and the second channel is literally a pet project to prove my theory that, like, I was so jealous of One Trick Pony channels where they only make One Piece reactions, only Naruto reactions, and they do so well. I'm like, why are they doing so well? The fuck? They're only covering one show that's not even airing right now. How is it possible? Well, it turns out in the game of YouTube, what you want to do is focus on a specific thing, right? So what do we focus on? We started with Beyblade, right? We focused only on Beyblade, and then the Beyblade viewership was fucking killer, right? And then after Beyblade, what do we do? Just Ben 10. That's what we're doing right now. Ben 10 average viewership is so well because right here, we don't have this situation anymore. Instead, what we have is just all one topic viewers. And it's so easier to grow like that. But going back to the concept of thumbnails and titles, notice here, I was like testing with captions here. I was like, maybe I'm not getting views because I need to add captions. I'm gonna add random captions like, it happened! What happened? I don't know. You better go fucking click the video to find out. Drunk! Imaginary friends. Oh, but this time, this is title. The title is, you know, you see how it's like curved? Maybe if I tilt the captions in a certain way, it's gonna make people think, oh, whoa, I need to click on it. And then I said, fuck the titles, whatever, in the captions. And now the thumbnails are just empty thumbnails. But you'll notice that like nothing changes in terms of viewership, right? Like straight up, Konosuba, some topics are always gonna get more views than others. But like nothing that I do will ever change the viewership of these things. And at this point, I think that I'm still like, these reaction faces are custom. As in like, if you go to these videos, there will be a section where my face is like this. Like I custom curated these thumbnail pictures off of each individual one. And that was kind of stupid. It's stupid because, especially when you're uploading as much videos as I am, the time investment every day, like let's say it takes like 5 minutes to find like a dumb face that I think is, you know, clickable, and then I gotta go crop it, and then I gotta go put it in and edit out the thumbnail. Let's say it's like 5 minutes per video, and let's say I'm making four videos a day during that time. That's 20 minutes a day. You stack that up across so many days, it blows my mind how much time I am wasting trying to make these dumb thumbnails when, like, I guarantee you, again, these thumbnails have no impact in how my videos are like performing. You can notice though that I still have the title here for the animes, like Konosuba season 2 episode 6, right? There's a period of time where I basically said, fuck it. I am no longer going to include the anime episode name and title. And this is a very counterintuitive thing. This is a very big brain thing. At a certain point here, you'll notice I'm like experimenting. Notice how like Konosuba, so this is a Megumin side spin-off series that's not airing at that time. Notice that like other shows, I'm including the episode name in the title. Yet like here, I'm making it more broad. Now I'm saying Konosuba Bakuin reaction. What is the idea for that? Why did I remove like the episode number but still kept the name in? Because my hypothesis at that time is, okay, people only want to watch specific episodes of this anime. Specific ones as in it's the most like viral or the most exciting one. They're not gonna care about the setup one. If I make the videos ambiguous and exclude the number, maybe I can bait people to click into the video and watch the thing, right? So that's the thought process there. Well, even if I do that, it doesn't really change anything. But that's kind of like the general idea behind when that happened. And sooner or later, it's gonna change, right? It's gonna change. Where does it change? Let's zoom out here. God, there's so many fucking videos. This is from 2 years ago, man. Bunny Girl Senpai shit. There is a period of time where I do the unthinkable. And it took a lot of balls. It took a lot of balls and courage because no other reaction channel dare do what I did. But even what I did was copied off of a different channel called Danny Moda. I don't know if you guys know about Danny Moda. This is a channel that has hundreds, I think he's almost got like 1 million subs, and his viewership is retarded. He is like the Nicholas Light of like English dub animes. And the reason that bringing name up again is, okay, hold up. It's gonna change. Come on. How much do I need to fucking scroll down until it fucking changes? I'm still including names in. I was still farming Nicholas Light over here. Where is it? This is a crazy video right here where I react to Neil Desai. 1 year ago, I reacted to Neil Desai reacting to an anime. But come on. Come on. Bear with me. Bear with me. Where is this shit? Come on. Still got the names in. Still got the names in. Shout out to Freerin. This is like when Freerin and what's it called? Some of the other shit was popping off back in the day. Class MD Elite season finale. This is nostalgic, man. Looking at these old videos. Bear with me though. Bear with me. Bear with me. We're almost there. We're almost there. Where the fuck do I change it? Come on. Come on. You kind of hate how most YouTubers use the same faces over and over again? Oh yeah. And if you haven't noticed by now, look at the faces. I know that the faces are still changing, but notice that the faces have basically, like, this is pretty much the last one. I think I got rid of this face. I actually like this face. But notice how, like, these faces all become copied ones now, right? Because we have a template, right? I literally have a template of these faces which I reuse over and over again. And this was a good idea. This was a good idea in... Now I am not wasting time going into each individual video trying to figure out a funny face and then trying to crop that out, because again, it is a waste of time to do it over and over again. So this is the point in time where I now have optimized a thumbnail making process. It's so simple. All I find is one like clickable scene from an anime. Usually it's some sort of girl, right? And then I just put my face on there and we just slap and we call it a day. And still no difference in viewership. I never once have I ever experienced a change in difference in viewership. Sometimes I like doing thumbnails like this. Like where I just crop my face out and place it over something funny, the more scuffed it is. But like nothing that I've done changes the viewership. But I've at least like optimized it such that it has become easier. I'm still including names in. I'm still including names in. God fucking damn. When does it change? Now we're doing cautious here. Hold up. Come on. Happy Valentine's. I talk about the virgin meter. Villainous 9 was kind of crazy. Solo leveling season 1 is now here. Yo, solo leveling season 1 went fucking crazy, man. It's kind of crazy also. The wrong way to use healing magic was competing with solo leveling in terms of viewership. It blows my mind, actually. Wrong way to use healing magic was generally popping off back in the day, though. Yeah, Kumodesuka was really there, too. Hold up. Still numbers, still numbers. Numbers are still included in the title. Where does it change? This is a crazy thumbnail. Tenka just dominating the main character in Chain Soldier. And then SAO starts here. SAO was a great arc. I'm still including numbers in. Still including numbers in. Kumodesuka, solo leveling. MASH. MASH season 2 fell off so hard, man. It did. Wait for it. It's gonna happen. Dandadan. This is now Dandadan trailers, bro. This is when, like, what the fuck is going on? What do you mean, like, you wanna suck my weenie? Huh? Wait for it. Gate. Okay, this is taking fucking forever. This is genuinely taking forever. Remonster getting this viewership is fucking stupid. 12,000 views, episode 1 reaction back in the day. This is BBL Shota. So I watched the Shota Bait anime. Okay, I think this is a decent example here. So, something changes around here where I am willing to take a risk. Willing to take a risk as in, I want you to look at this. This has 29,000 views. And the title is So I Watched the Shota Bait anime. I didn't label it Reincarnated as a Seventh Prince episode 1 reaction. And you would think that, like, why, but why did it get so many views? Even this, the opening reaction, this opening is so good. Because the idea here is people genuinely do not find your videos through the YouTube search engine. They do, but like it is an insignificant traffic. Just to bring you an example, if we sort by the views on my analytics tab, let's just bring up some videos like this just to like compare. Where is the traffic of my most viewed videos coming from? It's not YouTube search, right? Here's Sister Leveling. Some of them will be YouTube search, but most of them will be browse features suggested videos. Search is only 6.8%. It means that these are just recommendations. This is the Blue Lock one. How about this one as well? Suggested videos, browse features. Exactly. YouTube search doesn't matter, right? Eminence in Shadow. Let's see. What is this one more of? Suggested browse features. A little bit more for YouTube search, but you can see that there is a behavior in which how like YouTube search is never the most amount of traffic that people use to find videos. Unless your niche is like guides. Like if you're doing like product reviews, guides on like specific thing, video game guide, then people are actually searching in. But in my niche and a lot of other people's niches, none of that shit matters. So then I decided, okay, let's just remove the anime title. Because I think that for like anime reactions, right? Here it is. People are either watching an anime or they're not. What's the likelihood of someone watching a reaction of an anime they haven't seen? Pretty low. This is the general behavior. Like most people have already seen the anime, then they want to see the reactions. Now, if you're a good enough content creator, you basically create a community where people have, they're diehards for you. They become loyal followers where they enjoy your commentary so much that they will check out a brand new anime reaction without them having watched it. But that's still a very insignificant part of the demographic. So if this is how people behave, let's remove the title, anime title, and try to bait with, a general vague title that is more wide responding, right? So what do I mean by this? When I make a title again called So I Watched a Show to Bait Anime, do you think, right? Like I take this for example. Let's compare two titles here, right? So I watched the Shota Bait anime versus Reincarnated as the Seventh Prince episode 1 reaction. What do you think is gonna do better? Think about it. Think about it. A random person is on YouTube and they get sent a video title that is this. If they're not watching that anime, why the fuck would they watch the video? Right? But this, what a sus title. What a ridiculous title. Makes me interested. I try to really think in the perspective of the casual viewer who just scrolls. And if it's the first title, exactly. The first title is way more enticing. Now, again, we talked about how thumbnail, title, and stuff doesn't really matter as much for anime reactions. And I still believe that if I had Reincarnated as a Seventh Prince, I think the video still would have performed well, right? Again, these are just all hypotheses. These are all just like my random thought experiments that I'm trying to execute to see what works. But clearly, this did work. So at a certain point, I decided, let's try to change it. Oh, here, look at this, Windbreaker. This is Windbreaker episode 1 reaction. This has happened right at the end of Solo Leveling Season 1. So I thought, let's ride the hype of Solo Leveling and then bait people, right? Let's make people mad by using Solo Leveling as an example and compare it with Windbreaker. Better fights in Solo Leveling? What a provocative title. Did well. Here it is, Tensura. Diablo made everyone shit themselves, right? This is a bit more specific because now it's like, who is Diablo? I guess Diablo is the person in here. But the idea here is, right? Here's the idea. Removing the anime title and episode number makes it more general, where existing like loyal people of the anime will know what it is simply by thumbnail. They will never get confused, and they know, like, and they know, right? They don't need it. A lot of people seem to think that, like, oh my god, if you remove the anime title and number, you're gonna confuse people. They're gonna think, oh my god, where's the fucking reaction? Well, by the way, like, most people that are actual Tensura fans would see this thumbnail, would understand that this is the most recent episode, and click on it regardless. But having a thumbnail like this and a title, and also in the descriptions, there's literally like this stuff in there. So search engine optimization, it still works out. But stuff like this, I think, helps reach a broader audience that would never have clicked these videos if the anime title was put in. So that is the general thought process, okay? It's a very counterintuitive thing. And again, shout outs to Danny Moda. If you don't know, this is the guy that I copied my title concept from. Because I saw this guy had 1.36 mil subscribers. His video average viewership is fucking retardedly good. And I noticed all of his titles, they don't include the series title. Why would you intentionally hide the series title when you're making reaction content? Why would you do that? I don't know. But he's doing so well. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized it's kind of like appealing. As in, Seahawk is the best character. I don't know what the hell is, going on this thumbnail. He doesn't include the show name. But maybe if I care about what this guy looks like in the thumbnail, and you say he's the best character, I might just click onto it, watch for a bit, realize, this is an interesting series, and I might give that show a try compared to a situation he already listed the series number in there, where I'm like, well, I haven't seen it, so I'm not gonna watch it. You know what I mean? Look at the way that he does his titles. Very vague, very obscure, but intriguing enough where the loyal audience that already watches the shows knows what it's about, but it caters more towards the general public who may not be actually watching these. That's the idea, okay? That is the idea. Very counterintuitive. So many people kept asking, why would you do this, right? Like here, this could be really good. 7.9k views. This is an isekai, the appraisal anime, right? And I decided to just put that shit in there. It did fantastic, right? Here's another title. This exceeded expectations. Now you get to see, even this, is this Shota stronger than Gojo Satoru? Every title, now, not everyone. Like Remonster, I'll still include it, right? So just because, again, I changed the title doesn't mean that the videos are gonna magically do well. I'm testing here, right? Remonster here still got 9.8k views. I put the fucking anime title number in. Did it hurt? No. Why did it do better than this? Because I think at the end of the day, like, this type of anime resonates more with my audience. Remonster is an isekai. Isekai anime is way more appealing to my audience. And most people actually know about that shit too, right? So I am carefully balancing, like, clickbait, vague titles, obscuring the anime title, and I'm still including this. And at this point, I'm like, is this really changing anything? I can't tell a difference, right? Blue Archive reaction, it does well. So at this point, I decided if there is no notable difference, right? If there is no notable difference in how I label the video title, anime number, title, whatever, then let's just remove the titles itself. Let's just experiment for a while, and that's what I did. And basically, that's what you see later on. But recently, you'll notice that like something changed again, right? Recently, you notice that something changed again where I basically have reset my strategy. I reset my strategy. And here's another thing too. This is a good question. Wouldn't that make it impossible to watch some of your older reaction playlists like ReZero, SAO? I have hundreds of videos when I went to the playlist last month. It was practically impossible to watch some episodes because I couldn't figure out which episode reaction and which is not. See, this also is very intentional because my goal is to filter you out. What do I mean by that? ReZero playlist has a stupid amount of ReZero. Let's see. Where's the fucking playlist? Why won't it show me the goddamn playlist? This is so stupid. What about I do this? ReZero playlist. This is so fucking... Like, why would you show me this? Sacrifices playlist when I'm asking for a fucking ReZero playlist. Why would you give me Toto playlist before ReZero playlist? What is this bullshit? God, YouTube is actually so fucking bad with doing that. Here's a playlist. So, some people are like, I want to watch your ReZero reactions, but you have so many videos in here. I'm confused. I'm not going to watch it. And at that point, I say, yeah, that's the point. I'm trying to procure high quality, very, very like high quality audiences. This playlist is not for you tourists. If you can't like literally go through a playlist and find out the episode reactions because a number isn't in the fucking title, then like, I think you're a really like poor quality viewer and you don't even deserve to be in my channel. I understand how extreme and hostile that sounds, but like if my goal is to procure the highest level of community possible, this is an experiment, a social experiment. I'm gonna remove this shit. If you are literally not gonna watch my ReZero reactions simply because of the playlist and the way that it's structured, because of all this other cut content, which is listed in chronological order, by the way. This entire playlist is ordered such that if you watch every video, it literally adds on to the experience. It is the most hardcore fucking ReZero playlist, in my opinion, that exists on anime reaction channels on YouTube. And chronologically, I labeled it such that you watch this, you'll get the full fucking experience. You're gonna get filtered out by that. I don't need you. Now, if I labeled it better, would it have done better? I think so, right? I think that obviously you're gonna make it better, right? You're gonna be more accommodating. This playlist is intentionally not accommodating because I'm trying to procure, like, I already know ReZero is super sweaty. I know that the people watching my content is super sweaty. I make super sweaty content. Let's do an experiment where this entire playlist is gonna be ordered such that like, you have to be sweaty or you're filtered out. And I think it did perfectly fine. It could have done better. For sure it could have done better. But going back to the thought experiment back here, now, recently, I have changed, right? I changed everything. Also, it's utterly ridiculous that like you can't find my videos because, again, it's in the fucking description. You guys act as if like you don't know which episodes are which. Like literally, go to a fucking video right here. You go to the next video. What happens? ReZero episode 3 reaction. Go next. It's in the description. But here's the thing. Most people are really, really impatient, ignorant, retarded, and they don't even know this exists. Right? Here is the sourcing, you know, stuff like this, AniNews. Like, it's all there for you. But, like, to expect, like, you should always make it as easy as possible for people if your goal is to, like, make it as wide as accessible, because most people, again, just don't have the, like, presence of mind or the patience or, like, the due diligence to go even check the description, which is, like, immediately up there. And now things have changed, right? Things have changed where I have changed the viewership. Sorry, I've changed the, what's it called? Labeling of the videos. Now we're back to putting the episode, anime title and episode in. And why is that? Well, in order to do that, let's look at the analytics here. I got a fun graph that I want to show you. Here is the analytics. 1 second, I'm pulling it up. Here it is. So this is the channel analytics. Again, we are currently in this right over here. Remember, this is the part where we were still shadow banned. This is the part where we got shadow ban lifted and then back to shadow ban. So we're literally still averaging right here. This is the new baseline that we're chilling at, but that's not what I'm trying to show you. What I want to show you is the traffic of different views. Okay. So what do we want to look at? We want to probably look at content type, lifetime. What do we want to look at? We want to like look at traffic. Not that, content type, traffic source. Because I want to show you again the YouTube search traffic source. I know that the numbers look fucking crazy here, but bear with me. So this is lifetime traffic source. And I want you to pay attention to YouTube search. Right? Let's just look at YouTube search here. Right? We have all these different things, right? And remember, What's the most important traffic? These two, right? Browse features. You'll notice that even here, what is the highest traffic every time? It's always browse features that is the highest, which is the recommendation again, and suggested videos. Suggested videos and browse features are like the recommendation system in which like, you need to do well at, or at least that's how you get the most views. Fuck. And then here's a little bit more breakdown specifically in like traffic source of that, like homepage, subscriptions, watch history, and whatever. But I want to like bring you guys here. So I always notice that whenever we're shadow banned, playlists go up. Look at the playlist here. Let's just overlay it with browse features and playlist. Playlist is in blue and browse feature is in green. Every time that we get shadow banned, playlist always goes up because, or channel pages too. Channel pages always goes up because people are like, yo, where did you post the videos, man? They don't even know I posted the videos. Suggested videos, remember, always goes down, right? Let's look at this. Suggested videos always shoots down so fucking hard whenever you're shadow banned like that too. But I want to look at search. Because if we look at search, I have neglected search a lot. Like, let's just remove this and just look at search, right? Like, obviously, as you grow, your videos are going to do better because you have more subs and more viewers. And therefore, if you do better, you should be shown on search is the idea. But you'll notice that search has been very, like, very, very insignificant. Like, there's no, like, if you look at browse features, you can tell that there is constant growth up and up and up, right? Like, you can clearly tell that, like, as we grow in these, like, 3-month Zenkai boosts that I say, a new baseline gets established and we're able to compound off of that. But search is a bit different in that, like, it doesn't do much. But I think that's kind of like my fault. Because I never really try to optimize for search because I just gave up on it, you know? Like, you know how I was talking about before that, like, no one uses search, whatever. So I said fuck it and just, you know, make titles to cater towards like the vague interests of people that's gonna like basically work off of browse features and search more, right? So suggested videos more, right? But lately I realized that, like, especially compared to the last half year of viewership, search is considerably up higher. Search is up considerably up higher because during this period here, half a year, there's like basically no difference in viewership, right? Like, look at this shit. It is flatlined during this half a year. It might as well be the same as like the previous year. But recently, obviously, we hit a new fucking boost in viewership. Therefore, like, search should be doing well too. But I think that while it was a good idea to test out my theory that, like, if I do my titles in such a way to basically ignore search and more optimize for browse features, it did help in that regard, but not significantly. Not significantly where it's like a net positive. You know what I mean? So I've been looking at the numbers recently, even with the shadow ban numbers, and noticed that including the titles obviously is going to help, you know, get more viewership through search. Back when I was shadow banned during this period of time, and I wasn't like search engine optimized titles, search traffic was quite dead for most of the videos. But I just kind of treated that as it's always going to be like that. It's always been like that. But now that we have grown enough, right? We're at a stage where, like, my face is more recognizable. More people are trying to seek out these random niche, you know, YouTube reactions for seasonal animes. And me including the title and stuff, I think is a lot more positive. Anyways, I'm rambling at that point, but this is a graph that I want to show you that, like, the reason that I'm putting these titles back in, while for people like Danny Moda, it does work incredibly well. But you have to also realize these type of videos are content that's not trending. I know that some shows like Dan that he's covering is new, right? And he does include the name Dan in his title sometimes to search engine optimize. But specifically for shows that are brand new seasonal content, like Fragrant Flowers, Gachakuda, having the anime title, I think, is more helpful than not. And for old shows like Toru, for example, no one is actually seeking out this content through like Toru reaction. Like, for example, let's just like do a little experiment here where we look at the traffic of some videos. Like, for example, let's like look at, hold on a second. Let me reset this. Hold up. Let me reset this. I want to like compare two separate videos where one is a community series and the other is not. Here we go. Also, Bake will be going up pretty soon. We're already in Bake episode 4 if you don't know. Go check out Twitch and Patreon for that. Let's compare like let's compare, what's a show that's decently to compare that has some views recently? I don't know. We could compare like Fragrant Flowers and To Be Hero X. And we can compare an old Toru video. Like, where's Toru? Something like, where's Toru? Yeah, something like that. Why not? So, this is To Be Hero X. Still so fucking annoying. That third day, you know, Shadowban stuff is still happening, but it is what it is. If you look at the reach, way more people are now seeking out my content through YouTube search engine. 11% is actually pretty cool. That's actually really cool, right? This is the thing that I'm saying, right? Because like before when I was shadow banned, I never included the titles for seasonal stuff. I think it does kind of hurt to a degree. Here, Fragrant Flowers. Not as much, but still, it's still up there, right? It's still not a significant amount, but it's still something. And then you look at something like this, like Toru. How many people are genuinely like, it's not, right? Because it's not airing. Like it's not even shown here, right? Because like content like this, no one is actively searching up a certain magical index reaction right now. Who the fuck is doing that? Nobody is, right? Obviously not. Another example I want to bring to you is Perry. So I didn't realize, but Perry had some stupid level of viewership. Look at this. This is back last year, last summer. These Perry videos, what the fuck? 4K, 6K, 5K? Huh? And look at these titles, right? They were not, there was no like titles at all saying this is I Perry everything. Let's look at the analytics for this. Now, obviously it's been a year, so the video has been trickling up, but even then, like, this is actually really, really good. Within the first month, it got like 4.2K views, and then after a year, it's been trickling up. But look at the reach for this. Nah. It is through search. Because at the end of the day, if you have details here, right? Descriptions also is search engine optimized. So what are we getting at right now? Well, it helps obviously to have titles and stuff for seasonal content, and for non-seasonal content, it doesn't matter as much. And that's just one part of it. Another part, honestly, the reason I wanted to even make this video right now, I'm just kind of going on rambling rant right now, is the thumbnails. Right now, the reason that I'm even making this video, I was just going to talk about the thumbnails, but I got sidetracked and talked about a bunch of other shit. The thumbnails are different now, right? Like this. And we're kind of going full circle now and going back to the original stuff where, remember how much I said like thumbnails don't fucking matter? I kind of got annoyed looking at my own YouTube channel, looking at these faces. And I was like, yeah, they're different, but I want to change it up. It feels a bit like dystopian, you know? And I think that I do a better job than most reaction channels in changing up my faces, because some reaction channels, they straight up have only one face. And it is like uncanny valley. No disrespect to Wes and Steph. I think that the way that they run their reaction channel on their second channel is actually really interesting. Oh, this is their main channel. They have an anime reaction channel too. They have an anime reaction channel. Where is it? This channel actually blew my mind because they're like, they straight up only upload full season reactions. They don't upload episodic stuff. On Patreon, they handle stuff episodically, but like everything is like, you know, every month in a while, they'll like upload an entire season, which is pretty cool. But like, this is Uncanny Valley, you know? And listen, again, no disrespect to Wes and Steph. They do a great job and it's fantastic. But when you look at a channel like this, and no, she should have chosen another face, but that's the thing. This face, there's a reason why they chose this face. They chose this face because they saw that whenever her face looks like this in the thumbnails, it gets more views. So they're optimizing for it. But when every video is like this, and when I saw my channel and I'm like, it's the same fucking faces over and over again. You know? It feels a bit weird. It doesn't impact anything, right? And so that's why lately I realized I'm just gonna upload videos with thumbnails like this now. Or like right now, right? You can take a screenshot of this page right now, right? Like this OBS, as in like, instead of putting my face, like look at these, right? Krivates, BBL Shota Mikadono. I think that it helps more that like my face is reduced and like more of the anime is shown, right? I'm still making a stupid ass face there, but like at least with these kind of thumbnails, when I look at the channel, I'm like less cringing at myself. So these thumbnails, again, they do matter and they don't matter, right? You still have to have a good presenting thumbnail where things are visible. Simplicity, visible stuff, that's all you need, right? I think I could have done a little bit better with the Krivates one, but still, like I think that these thumbnails are perfectly fine. And no matter what kind of different thumbnails that I'll place on these videos, nothing will change. And I'm just gonna do that from now on. Not for every one of them, but this is the way that I'm gonna do it from now on. And by doing this, I wanna prove that like hiring thumbnail artists for anime reactions is fucking stupid. I think that you're getting scammed and you could make simple thumbnails like this by yourself that honestly is good enough. And I think there is a diminishing return of investment when you are spending so much money trying to procure thumbnails, thinking that like thumbnails are the things that's going to make your video do well. No. Remember, basically, the video, the performance of a reaction video is already determined before you start reacting. Nothing you say during the reaction will change the performance of that viewership significantly. Now, this is under the assumption that you like know how to react at like an average level that you're entertaining. But like picking a show that is more trending and it is more aligned with your community matters way more than any thumbnail, any title could ever change. And I want to like basically, there's like, obviously I'm using a shitty webcam too. And a lot of people are using DSLR. There's a part of me where I'm lazy that I don't want to upgrade my hardware, but at the same time, I want to like prove that like with shitty production value, with shitty thumbnails like this, that like I can be at the top of the game in my niche, and to prove to others, you don't have to like shell out money on these thumbnails thinking like it's gonna change anything. And also, by the way, so many people seems to be under the impression that like these thumbnails, that like I ran out of money to pay my editor. My editor video edits. He's not a thumbnail artist. Every thumbnail is done by myself. Some people genuinely seems to think that like, what happened to the thumbnails, bro? Like, what happened to your editor? Like, again, after an episode, I literally go here and just slap on a fucking like, I literally just look for like a good looking scene, slap it on the background and try to figure out what kind of face I want to put on it and just fucking call it a day. Anyways, that's a long-winded way of just summarizing everything. So in this video, you learned why I changed my titles, why I remove anime name, title, and episodes from reaction videos, and why I brought it back, and why the thumbnails also are changing to more simple ones where it just looks like a screenshot during a recording session during a stream. That's it. Bye-bye.